Welcome back to JMC Live. I'm your host, JMC. We're covering about freedom of religion.
No.
It's
they're
true.
trying
it's
to
not,
stop religion.
Well, we are. We're talking about freedom of religion being taken away through the use of sex. That sex is a lure. Porn. Playboy, and I mean they're saying Playboy, so
yeah.
I don't know if this is going to get any more intense than Playboy, but Playboy is pretty much enough for a lot of people because it's one of the #1 sellers in porn. But this has gotten the eyes of the Pink Cross organization, who's a ministry partner. They're looking at trying to get someone to come speak at the college campus. That's going to be something hopefully I can follow up on.
Well, this Atheist Group was founded by students in 2005, and it launched its first Smut For Smut program in December of that year. The then president of the Atheist Group, Thomas Jackson, told MSNBC, I'm not surprised that they went to MSNBC, because MSNBC supports a lot of things that I don't know why they support, because they're immoral. He thought the swap program presented a fair trade. A fair trade. Well, first of all, he said, you know, pornography gets a lot of negative press, and it smut. A lot of it really is, Jackson said, and we wanted to make the comparison between that and the smut that is religious scripture, or a lot of it, you know. The stuff that says a woman is worth half a man, the things that say, you know, you should beat your children. These things aren't acceptable in our society, he continued, and if pornography is not acceptable, then these things surely aren't, at the very least. What we're doing is trading something that's very, very bad for something that's moderately bad. Moderately bad. And of course he only quoted from the Quran. None of that is said in the Bible. So what does that tell you? To me, what does that say about the Quran? You know, if they're only using scriptures from the Quran, not the Bible, not the Holy Scriptures, what does that say? Should the Bible and this other book, I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of it. It must be something with some maybe New Age religion. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But why are you putting the Bible in the same context with the Quran? Because
it's Hindu.
It's Hindu. I know it had to be some New Age, you know, something like that. But it's very upsetting, isn't it? You want to comment on this? Because
you know, the temptation to have something like this, which I was jokingly kidded about this when I was in school, because they were teasing me and stuff. But as of right now, in the moment, and as I'm preparing to go to college, and I've been to college this week, and I was surveying the people, and I could see how a lot of people that are going to college, they're trying to find themselves already. They're already in this vulnerable state where they're trying to figure out what they're going to be, and they pick this great major, and they honestly believe in their heart that that's what they're going to do, and then when they get done with college, they're going to work in that field. It normally doesn't happen that way. But with that stress level and everything, and a lot of people that go to college stop following God. When they go to a public college, you know, more than half stop going to God.
Well, I'll be honest.
Because there's not just this being pulled at you. There's all these other groups and all these different things coming at you. And the thing is to have yourself grounded into strong roots. And if you don't have those strong roots, you continue to grow with the people that you have. If you're moving across country, or you're moving down the road, you have to establish before you start school, or within the first few months, some kind of form of what you experienced when you were in school, and I'm not talking about just a friend's environment. I'm talking about your Christian beliefs. If you do not, you're setting yourself up for failure, and something such as this will be very, very tempting. And I want people to realize today that there's countless Bible verses that will sit here and tell you you must protect your eyes, you must protect your hands, and it has to do with how you focus. It has to do with how you have self-discipline. There's things that you can do on your own, and then there's things that you can't do. You know, and that's the direction that you have to focus on things. College can be a scary place. College can be, you know, a wonderful place. But for the moment, for you to be able to move to the next step that you need to be and see the direction that you're supposed to be, you have to have God in your life. I know most college campuses don't have a lot of strong Christian stuff. There's a Campus Crusade for Christ.
Well, can I tell you that I've known people that even have gone to Christian colleges, and they even said that they saw a lot of people even fall away from the faith even at Christian colleges, because college is a melting pot of every type of person that you can think of, and there is a lot of peer pressure, and people are still succumbing to that, even though they're adults and they know, you know, they can stand up for themselves. But there's this thing where they're alone. They need friends. They you know, they want camaraderie. You know, they don't want to be alone, and I think that's why a lot of this is going on. And at the same time, parents aren't knowing what their children are going through. Do you really think that the kids are really telling their parents, well, Mom, you know...
Oh, Mom, I walked in on my roommate having sex, or, oh, Mom,
yeah.
you know,
I mean, they're not going to tell their parents this stuff.
They don't have an outlet now. You know, they were told that when you turn 18, or when you go to college, you're an adult now, and most parents just cut them off.
And that's why I think it's so important to talk about what is, you know, things like this, and make people aware what is really going on in our colleges, our schools. What are our children, our future leaders of tomorrow being taught and being exposed to, and it is being supported by the university itself, because in my opinion, it doesn't seem like they care very much about the morality of their students. Do you?
The morality is not an issue anymore. It's more about finances. If you notice, almost every year or 4 years or so, different colleges increase their wages.
And
if you miss
many
more than 2 or 3
many students
days,
are rioting now because of the hike in tuition rates and you know, and everything. They're rioting.
Many students that miss more than 2 or 3 days automatically fail, and it places you in a vulnerable state, as I said before. And this is why you have to be grounded in your faith before you go to college. Now, if you're a young one, spring chicken, you need to start praying for your campus. Mm-hmm. If you're already in school, you need to start praying. You need to look up Campus Crusade for Christ. And it's just how is it spelled. Campus Crusade for Christ. See if you have one in your area. And honestly, since this is the subject of porn and sex, I know a lot of you have no one to talk to. So we're going to take a break, and we'll return to talk more.